Hello and welcome. My name is Ryan Ryder with R Investigations, and today we're going to go over ChatGPT for Private Investigator. On this first session, we're going to talk about the basics in ChatGPT and talk a little bit about effective prompting. That's where you're entering the text to get the result out of the ChatGPT. So we'll talk about that because it does help to refine the results and what you're looking for, especially when you're looking at formatting. So we're covering what is ChatGPT, first of all, the basics there, why use it, ChatGPT in investigations. So we do various skills, letters, reports, all kinds of things that can be utilized. If you're doing anything on social media, it's very helpful to improve on that. And we're going to look at crafting effective prompts. And once again, it's very helpful not to get a generic result, but get something more specific to a detailed question. So as we look at this, our goals to accomplish today are to build your confidence on AI and what can you use it for, what's going on with it, and allow us to network back and forth, get you some information you need and help support what you're doing. Identify appropriate and ethical issues in ChatGPT in professional settings. So what are those and how can we address them? We'll touch base on that. That's more in this next session. And future engagement. This is something you need to dabble into and look at to see if it's something that fits your needs and it can help expedite some of your processes. Anytime we can grab some extra time to do something on the job or with the family or whatever, it's very helpful, right? Our objectives here is to understand ChatGPT, is it and how it works. Okay, so what is it? How does it work? What kind of results can we get from it? Identify benefits of using ChatGPT as a private investigator. So our benefits and uses and how we can accomplish that. And the basics on creating an effective prompt, right? Something that'll give you the results you're looking for. And we'll give you some acronyms to help you build on that and create some really strong prompts to help you through this. So what is ChatGPT? What does it give us? By definition, it's a conversational AI tool designed to assist with a variety of tasks, from drafting documents to brainstorming ideas. Some of its key features are it's a natural language processing system, so we talk to it just like we normally would anybody else. It's a vast knowledge base that they've already programmed and put out there, so it's not something new that you have to relearn programming, anything like that. You can do it the way you're doing it today, so just interacting with something in between. ChatGPT is an advanced AI language model, and it's developed by OpenAI. That's who has developed ChatGPT. Think of it as a tool you can use to process the language, answer questions, or even assist in most of your tasks, digital tasks like that. So, like report writing and research, it can help you tremendously. And big thing is it's available 24/7. When you need, you can get it on your phone as well. If you need it in the field and use it appropriately. So ChatGPT, what does it rely on? Your input, the users type the questions or that request. How does it processing? Once we do that, hit enter, it's processing. AI is going to analyze it and give a predicted response on your question or your statement, and that gives you that response. And then the user receives that answer information and looks at it. Once again, you have to read it, make sure it's accurate, make sure it's information that you were specifically requesting, or do we need to go back and adjust that? So now let's talk about why ChatGPT is a game changer for private investigators. It can save time, increase accuracy, and improve your efficiency. So imagine using it to draft a report, analyze large amounts of data, or even come up with the interview questions on the fly. This tool can be adapted to your needs. So why use ChatGPT? Once again, that's one of our objectives, is to highlight the key benefits of what this can provide for us. Once again, efficiency, it can speed up repetitive tasks, so that's improvement. Accuracy, it can provide a detailed response and accurate, so we can help as low as to spell check, to grammar check, to did it provide all the information we're looking for. It is free. There's a lot you can do with the free version, 3.5 version. They can give you a lot of information. If you do the page scale, you just get your responses quicker because you're at the top of the queue. You can put more data in there, more requests, use it more often, and then also use it with other softwares. So it is cost effective. The outcome task has been tremendously accurate. So I've enjoyed that. Your versatility to assist with everything from report to data analysis can be applied to. Not so much visuals in private investigation, but maybe on documents that you're doing or to support documents or such as this presentation, there'd be the need for visuals. So now let's go to the ChatGPT site review. How do we, what does the site look like? What does it have in it? How can we use that accordingly? Let me get this adjusted. So look here at the interface of ChatGPT. I have paid version, so I'm on 4.0, but you can see here if you sign up for your version free, I think it'll start at a 3.5, which does quite a lot of information. I used it for months and months. So it is what it is. So once again, go to openai.com and sign up for an account. The account would be using your email. Set your own password. We set it up and use it. And then this is the window you'll get once you get logged in and get those credentials assigned to you. So the first one to look at is this top left is close the window. So this bar on the left here, this one left window, we can close it and open up the whole surface area for that. So that's a great tool if you want it. When you bring it back by just clicking on it again, it does have a search the chat box here. So if we look into that and type in the word you're looking for, we can go through all these chats that you've been doing and find something that enters into that. So if you want to look through some things, you can find it. So in this left window, you can see various things. One is this top one is your chat bots that are available to you or you've created. The top one is the ChatGPT. You just click on it and it starts you a new window to interface and start chatting with ChatGPT. So we go down further, they opened up a new one called Projects. Projects lets you kind of organize everything into one big project if you use it for certain arenas. That way your chat sessions will be stored in those projects and you won't have to, like for myself, before they had projects, I got a ton of chats that I've saved that are pretty lengthy. So down below is all your chats, and they do have an auto naming device now, so it kind of summarizes what you're doing. Before they left it blank, but you can also hover over the three dots and go in here and rename it if it makes more sense to you under a different name. So that's a good option for you. And then over here on the far right side is the ChatGPT logo. If you click on that to go to your settings, customize GPT, click on it. This allows you to set instructions. What would you like GPT to know about you and provide a better response? So we can enter information in here. As you see, as I click on it, it's saying me where are you based? Some options on putting in here. What do you do for work? What are your hobbies and interests? So something about you. And then below that is how would you like ChatGPT respond? So this is what we're saying. Is it formal, casual most of the time? You want things shortened up, or do you want it lengthy, detailed? How do you want to be addressed? So here you could say, address me as ma'am or sir, or whatever suits your needs. And so if there's any opinions you want it to remain neutral, then you can put in here, don't respond on this or whatever. And then and then this down at the bottom is to enable it for new chat. So anything, from here forward, it would use this as part of the response process, the prediction that it's going to give you. So the other item is settings. Under settings, you're going to do various things. One is that theme. How does it show up for you? So if you're a night person, you can go into a dark theme to turn it down a little bit. Always show code when using data analysis. So if it does use coding to get to something or build something, you want a table to be an Excel spreadsheet or whatever, you can turn this on so it shows the system and the prompting that it went through. Language, you can obviously change that, but here it's on auto detect, so it's no we're talking English. On the archive chats, if you go into manage on it, what it's saying is what chats do you want to archive, and it'll let you give you a list of them. So you can remove all these chats. Remember, if they're saved and they're in there, ChatGPT can use them as a to build on and help their current model improve. So they can tap into that and use it if you have it, if you have them saved like that. Second is personalization. So do you want to personalize this? ChatGPT will become more helpful if you, in your chats, it's picking up on, detailed preferences that rises from your conversation. So, it's going, so, like your birthday, or if you're, married, your spouse's name, your kids' names. If you ever mention that in conversations, your business name, what's your business mission, it will start collecting that to understand you as a person. Speech, now there's a lot of, you can interact with, instead of text, through speech, as well as on cell phones now. So if you want to use a different name, it's here under voice, under speech, and that will be the voice that interacts with you if you do everything via audio instead of text. So here's the data controls. So here's improve the model for everyone. You can turn this off, okay, and it will not store these or improve their data, so it won't grab those and help ChatGPT improve on their language model. You can export data accordingly if you want to. So here on your profile, if you want to help get data like with LinkedIn or X, formerly Twitter, it can tap into those and start building on the knowledge base on you as a person. You can connect it to different apps, Google Drives or whatever, especially if you're pulling in documents to analyze or to share with people or to redo. That's a good way to do it pretty quickly. And we can do multiple factor authentication if you want to do that and update your security potentials. Description, you can look at that and see, like I'm on a ChatGPT Plus, and you can go in here and look and see what other options are available out there for you to upgrade. So that's all on settings. One of the things I want to do here is go into ChatGPT and go to My GPTs. So this is a model that you can actually create for yourself or for different purposes in your business to help you expedite that process. So you can see here, if you look at mine, I have a RRR assistant. So this is like an executive assistant that can help me write letters and do things. So it knows all about RRR investigations, mission, vision, me as a president, what we do as a business, all that kind of stuff. So it can really detail and clarify, if not open up, a part of your business and make sure it fits those. So make sure a letter fits your mission statement, right? If you want to do something like that. TRI Social Pro is set up to do social media posts, for any of the platforms. But once again, it's I've programmed it to be specific to RRR investigations and what I'd like to see there. So you can see all the different kind of articles. One I use that's not in my ChatGPT, but it is under the bots, is called Prompt Engineer. So Prompt Engineer, if you go to it, it's another chat bot, but it generates chat prompts or improve your existing prompts and to make it get a better end result. So that's a good one to put in, and you just, once again, normal conversation, talk about what you're seeing and what you want, and it'll give you a detailed prompt to go out and look for stuff like that. So talk about projects. You can add a project to kind of keep organized various things that you're doing. If they're specific to a project, it'll help you organize your chats instead of just saving them all on here in chronological order. So on the window itself, there's some options here. The first one is attach files. So the example I used there is I pulled in a 3D scanner manual and some documentations on it in support of it, and created a bot that Anybody can ask questions about the scanner, get clarification on how to set it up. What about lighting? You can ask those questions and grab that info right from the manual and interact with it even in the field if you want to. So if you have that, or you have a letter you want to improve on, you could attach it here and then ask questions as opposed to dumping all that info into a text. It does, under here, search the web. If you have that turned on, it will help you improve on the last couple of years of info and search the web for your content that you're trying to create. And then this bottom right-hand one is just voice mode. If you want to go into voice mode and dictate that information as opposed to type it in, you have that option now. I think that's it with the interface. So we'll talk about those prompts to enter into a ChatGPT to get a result. Start out with some acronyms to help you understand that concept and what's going on there, how to improve on that. And it's really interesting. So on the key to using ChatGPT effectively is asking the right questions, okay? This is where prompting comes in, and it's a good prompt is clear, specific, and provides enough information or context for ChatGPT to generate an accurate and relevant response. Predicted response is what they call it. So and some of the characteristics, like we talked about, clarity, specificity, be specific, include those details that you want it to have, and provide a background information when you needed it. So we look at this specific. You clearly define what you want it to know. Okay, don't go generic. You may have to add some detail to clarify that. Can it be measurable? Include quantifiable details. You want 5 sentences? Do you want 4 paragraphs? Do you want an open statement, a body, and a closure on a paper? So that's kind of, is it measurable? Give it info. And your actions they're oriented to use verbs to specify what the AI should do. So list it, write it, summarize it, compare it if you're using data. So what's relevant is to make sure that your prompt aligns with your goals on your business in the context, right? So if we want to do that, we can tell ChatGPT, make it relevant to the vision, okay? Tailored is provide a context that specifically, what's the tone, the audience, and the format. So, tone is just a daily conversational tone. What is your audience, right? Be detailed there down to, I want it at an 8th grade reading level where it's very basic and anybody that grabs that information can easily read it and understand it. So remember those kind of formats when you're looking at those details. So when we're looking at those effective prompts, another one is clear, CLEAR. So C is for context, provide the necessary background information. So this is the one I use mostly. You want to, what is it acting as? As a social media manager, provide me 3 Facebook posts related to surveillance. Okay, so we want to put them in the context of that social media expert. Length, we want to keep it concise and detailed, avoid unnecessary information, but to interpret and provide a feedback. So provided that information. So a short Facebook post kind of thing. What's your outcome? What are you looking for? Something specific, right? We talked about the open body and the closure approach to a paper. What is that expectation? What are you trying to do? Do you want it in bullet points? Do you want it in paragraph form? That kind of thing. Define your audience is very helpful. We don't want to interpret something that it's so wordy, people get lost in it, right? We want to make sure that it's clear enough and the expectations are set that your audience understands it. And then refinement or reiteration is when it adjusts based on your first response. So ask GPT for clarification or improvements if needed. You can ask a generic question in between writings, right? Or expand the conclusion to 2 paragraphs instead of 1. That kind of thing is refinement and very helpful in getting the results you're expecting. So to summarize, we use ChatGPT for various things. It's an AI tool designed to assist with a variety of tasks, from drafting documents to brainstorming ideas. We looked at what is ChatGPT as a basic format, why use ChatGPT in investigations, and the crafting those effective prompts for you to understand it and get the feedback that you're desiring. And part of those prompts, don't forget the acronyms, SMART, S-M-A-R-T, and CLEAR, C-L-E-A-R, to help you build those prompts for the results you're looking for, okay? So some examples just to talk about in private investigations. If you're looking at reports, create a summary for a surveillance report involved in suspect fraud case. So this is kind of a prompt generic question, but on this you could provide a summary of the surveillance report involved in the suspect fraud case using these notes, right? You could add in there using these notes and provide it to your field notes and see what get what kind of response it gives you. You could ask about interview questions. Second scenario, provide 5 interview questions for a witness in a theft investigation. So it's helping you get into the mindset of what questions to ask, what clarification, that kind of information that can help you get a good result in that time. So one thing I would ask you to do is just practice this. You need to, summarize your witness statement or clarify it by summarizing this witness statement and getting down to just, a paragraph for that statement. Another example is you need tips on conducting surveillance in the suburban area. So it may give you some ideas on how to blend in to that arena and get information that you want and a concept that you may or may not be used to. Just be careful of that, make sure it's legal and legitimate and you're not getting yourself into a bind. We do have to check this stuff. It does come up with some really accurate and good information, but it also does interpret things that aren't so reasonable, especially as a private investigation, if you can do this or do that. So, take that seriously and make sure the response is something you can accomplish. So that's all I have. I challenge you to write some write some prompts for some various applications that you use. Play with those. Use that clear reiteration. Have it add or subtract something from it, and see what kind of results you get, and if that's what you're wanting to accomplish in your using this type of application, ChatGPT, being an AI intelligence information. It's predicting things. It does do very well. It does also learn as you go and improves as you go. So keep those things in mind, and but make sure you always look at that end result and that it's reasonable and it makes sense and there's been no interpretation. Reports here and there on false information or bad information, and obviously somewhere along the line it gained that information from somewhere. So make sure you look at that, especially if you're making assumptions on certain areas or recommendations, and make sure it's reasonable and update. If not, do some more research on it before you actually publish it. So that's all we have here for this session of ChatGPT and for private investigators. I hope you learned something you can take away with you today and improve on your business, be it just save you some time, be it improve your writing, be it prompt you for some areas you haven't worked in lately that help you with questions, and whatever it may be. I would challenge you to keep using it and challenging it to work for various aspects throughout your business. So thanks for your time. This is into session 1. Hope you have a great day. And this is Ryan Ryder signing off.